Hey guys, I've been reading on the bloodline of Cain and the bloodline of Seth. And so, what I found out during the flood, Noah's flood, it wiped out most of Cain descendant, right? The bloodline of Cain were exterminated. And but except for one daughter, her name is Naamah. Naamah, she's the one who married one of Noah's son. Right? Noah had three sons, and they had one of them married this girl. She was a descendant of Cain. Okay? But she was half Canaanite and half Sethian. It's called, I think they call them Sethians, which is Seth. Seth and Cain seed. You understand? So she's half and half. That's according to what I've read. And she married Noah's son. And they had the Nephilim bloodline. But the Nephilim bloodline this time were different, right? Because they have the blessed seed of God. So the Nephilim, okay, the Cain's side were not Nephilim, were giants, but they're not Nephilim. So they end up being exterminated, right? And then the daughter, the only daughter, her name is Naamah. She got on the ark, and she married. She was the girlfriend of at the time of Noah's son, and then she ended up marrying him. And she had the Nephilim bloodline, which is angelic bloodline. Us, the 144,000, the seed, the blessed seed came in through that. But this merging happened long time ago because, okay, when you think of Adam and Eve, they're considered angelic beings. They were born in heaven. You understand? So Adam and Eve, they are born in heaven and they're considered angelic beings. Okay? So, and when they disobeyed God, they were brought into earth. But there is a lot of stories, conflicting story out there, which says Adam and Eve were born in earth. But I do not believe that's true story, because the Holy Quran states they were born in heaven. Okay? And they were, Satan waswasa lahum. That means Satan whispered in the ear and to disobey God. You understand? And even that, there is conflicting story saying that they said Sophia is the one who actually told them to eat from the tree, which is, I don't see it, it's not true, because Sophia is not considered Satan. She's not a Satan. You understand? There is 5 Satans. Sophia is not one of them. Anyhow, so Satan, he is the part where he told Adam and Eve to eat from a tree and whatnot, and that's what happened. So anyhow, to get back to the story, Naamah got on ark, and she married Noah's son, and they have Nephilim bloodline, which is they have us, right? But we come from, this Nephilim comes from the spirit world. We come from the spirit world, that when we born in the earth, we come from, the spirit, because the spirit is, God is spirit. So we came from the spirit world, and through this union. So the initial bloodline of these giants were exterminated except for her. But she is half Seth, half Cain. You understand? So you understand what I'm saying? So she's half Seth, half Cain bloodline. She married into Noah, which is Noah is the Nephilim bloodline. You understand? So they basically they merge. They merge because she's blessed child of Cain, but she's not fully Cain. You understand? So that's why God spared her, because God knew what she was before she got on the ark. He could have stopped it. He could have spoke to Noah and told him not to take her, and she would have died in the flood, right? But he did not. God did not do that, because he knows what she become. She birthed the spirit, the spirit of the Nephilim. Okay, so you get it. And so it's very interesting. So that's why the Nephilim, us 144,000, have two souls. We have two souls. We have the souls of Adam and Eve, and then we have the souls of angelic beings. Angelic beings are the sons of God. They were born into earth. So we came from this union of this seed. You understand? And it's very interesting how they kept this from humanity. And now when I'm looking at the names of Cain and Seth bloodline, Cain's line or Seth bloodline, a lot of the names are similar, A lot of names are similar, which is, I can understand why it could be similar, but almost identical, But because, people name, there's so many David, there's so many Johns, there's so many, Sam, you know what I mean? So that's normal. Back in the day, people name names from the history books and name from ancestors or whatnot. So yeah, there is, but then similarity in these lines, which is very weird. So my understanding is there's two Enochs. There's two Enochs, they're not one. But one is spelled differently. It was done with an ENOSH. And the other one CH, ending with CH. But anyhow, there's two. So anyhow, there's a lot of similarity in this merging of seed. But so one seed was eliminated, but they managed, so these attackers, they're attacking you through the seed of Naamah and Noah's seed, because she married into Noah's son, right? You understand? So they're attacking you through that side, because there is this seed of Seth Cain kind of situation happening, And so when you understand that, then you understand how these people come into your vessel. They come into your vessel through this seed. You understand? And so anyhow, very interesting. I'm just kind of a little bit puzzled about what's going on. So there's a lot of stuff. Okay, a lot of information was removed from history books to hide their identity, you know? But anyhow, these people found ways when they found the seed, you know? Okay, and then one more thing I just remembered. Naamah, she had two daughters. She had twins. And she had problem giving birth. She had some problem in her womb, and she was not able to conceive. And Noah's son went to his father, to his grandfather, which is Enoch, and he told him, you know, she cannot bear children. If, you know, grandfather, if you can help me. And Noah asked God to basically fixing this problem she had in her tummy for not being able to conceive, and she was able to conceive twins. Okay, so a lot of this bloodline known to have twins. Okay, so my family, my mom is a twin, and we have other 3 sets of twins on my bloodline, on my mom's side, my uncles and aunts and stuff. We have 4 sets of twins, like 8 kids from my grandmother. So that's why it makes perfect sense now why they killed my mom and my aunt, because my mom and aunt are fraternal twins. You know, they're not identical, but they're fraternal. They're, you know, they killed both of them because each twin carry a different DNA, because they're not identical. Identical, then they will carry the same DNA sequence, you know. But if they're fraternal, they will carry different. They meet in one side, but they're actually different. That one makes them different. They make them fraternal. So that's why they killed my mom and my aunt, because they know. They know. My mom and my dad and all of that bloodline, it comes from this blessed seed. That's why they end up killing them, to take her DNA, to take my mom's DNA. You understand? So because they've taken this part of my mom's DNA to fix their problems. You know, their DNA has problems because they're interbreeding. They interbreed, you know, they're not, you know, these people who are ruling the world, they always marry from the same house. You notice that? They never marry anybody. You understand? They always marry from the same house. That's why they have genetic problems. They have blood problems, genetic problems and stuff. You know, all these things happening, targeting us and stuff. They said the narcs has brain structure problem. You know, their brain is different. The brain is actually different. It's not actually, it's behavior problem or whatnot, or the way they were raised or not. No, their brain is structured differently because interbreeding. When you marry so close, you know, first cousin, second cousin and whatnot, then you begin to have problems. But they are doing it to keep their bloodline pure, but they're actually damaging their DNA structure. You understand? Because you're interbreeding. Because that's why God doesn't allow that. Doesn't allow to marry so close. You know? So you get it? So when you marry so close, then you are born with mental problem. So that's why Cain's seed born with mental problem. You understand? So that's why they were violent. They were killing people. They were killing people. They were eating people. They were, destroying things or whatnot. Even though there are also, they were able to build things and do stuff like that, right? They were creative, but they're very destructive. You understand? So that's why God eliminated the part of them that is considered violent by having Seth and Cain, father Naamah. Naamah married into Noah's son. You understand? And she gave birth to twins. If you watch the movie Noah, Noah's Ark is called, or Noah? Noah's, I think, called Noah. I'm gonna link it for you guys. Anyhow, and that's why they were able to, this seed, even though they were cursed seed, God was able to destroy the destructive part and keep the good part of it, because I told you, they're builders, and they taught music, and they're creative beings, right? So God kept that part and destroyed the destructive part, the aggressive part that want to kill people and destroy people, whatnot. But anyhow, these people, some of them now, they found a way to bring this destructive seed back into the earth again from interbreeding. You understand? But if you watch the movie Legion told you, when God sent, the angels, because, how you win a war? You win a war, you could bomb places, people can hide, people can whatever, but when you sent a ground army, which is from the movie Legion, they told you when God loses hope in humanity, he sent what? He sent the angels. Because the angels wins ground wars and destroy anything that hides. You understand? You understand? The flood came and all of that, and there were fire and earth and stuff. But in the end, when God sent the angels, think of the angels are the ground troops. You win a war with the ground troops. You don't win it, with being bombarded and with stuff. People hide, right? But when they sent, this is why I believe, when they sent angels make sure the job is done properly. You win a war with ground troops. You know why Iran and United States war have not been won? Because they've been, basically shooting missiles and stuff on each other. But if they send United States send the ground troop into Iran, they might have a success rate. But Iran population, I'm talking about tactical war now. Iran population, 60 or 70% men. You understand? It's the opposite. The global are women more than men, right? So 60%. But in Iran, it's the opposite. Men more than women. You understand? So they're not going to win the war. Even if they send ground troop, they're going to get destroyed. So anyhow, that's what you need to guys to understand the tactic of war. When God sent the angel make sure the job is done. Okay? All right. I hope this helped. I'll look up for the link. I'm going to post it in the comment section.